JBN, we keep you informed. I'm Michelle Jones, and in the news, man attempts to smuggle contraband into Greater Portmore police station. One man is now in custody at the Greater Portmore police station lockup after he attempted to smuggle contraband into the facility. Reports are that a team of police officers was carrying out regular patrol of the compound around 2 Saturday morning when they accosted a man dressed in full black shirt and pants, wearing a mask and red sneakers. He was caught after jumping the fence to the back of the facility with a bag containing 7 cell phones, 5 phone chargers, several boxes of cigarettes and vegetable matter resembling ganja and tobacco, along with lighters, 2 packs of razor blade, 1 piece of electrical cord, and 2 cell phone earpieces. He is said to be a 30-year-old man of Old Harbour, St. Catherine. He is expected to be charged later today. This arrest comes a few days after the police carried out a major search operation at the facility and seized 1 ratchet knife, 1 hacksaw blade, approximately 3 pounds of vegetable matter resembling ganja, 9 chargers, 7 earpieces, 19 cell phones, 1 razor blade, cigarettes, lighters, and power banks. The police have since reviewed the security arrangements at the facility and have introduced some new measures. The police are again warning citizens to avoid being used by criminals to smuggle contraband into lockups. This is a dangerous practice that undermines our efforts at maintaining peace in some of our most troubled communities, as gangsters who are in lockups try desperately to direct and give orders against your enemies. Stop it, declared Christopher Phillips, the senior superintendent of police in charge of the St. Catherine South Police Division. 3 shot, 1 fatal in Golden Spring ice cream shop. 1 man was killed and 2 other people shot and injured in an ice cream shop in Golden Spring Square, St. Andrew, on Friday night. The attack reportedly happened in full view of several residents. Police said the dead man has only been identified as Papa. It was reportedly from a nearby community. It was reported that around 8:20 p.m., residents heard gunshots and saw 2 persons armed with firearms shooting at Papa was inside the ice cream or pastry shop. 2 other persons in the shop were reportedly shot and injured. All 3 rushed to hospital where Papa was pronounced dead. The others were treated for gunshot wounds. Police said initial investigations have unearthed that Papa was the gunman's intended target. Man killed after attacking members of a family with machete. A Westmoreland man was killed after he reportedly attacked several members of a family with a machete on Friday. The incident occurred on Rory Street at Morgan's Bridge in the parish. Police have identified the dead man as 59-year-old Devon Wright, a resident of the rural district. Reports are that about 5:10 p.m., Wright and the family members had a dispute. Police said during the dispute, Wright attacked members of the family with a machete. The family members threw stones towards Wright, the police said, and 1 reportedly hit him on the head. Police said further that the now deceased fell to the ground and was assisted to the hospital where he was pronounced dead on arrival. The machete was retrieved from the scene by the police. The police have not divulged the reason for the dispute and have not indicated whether any of the family members were taken into custody. 62-year-old farmer killed in St. James home invasion. A 62-year-old man was shot and killed during an attack at his home in St. James Friday afternoon. The deceased has been identified as Michael Roy Bennett, a farmer from Shantytown in Norwood in the parish. Bennett's common-law wife, who was also at home, narrowly escaped injuries, the police said. It was reported that around 1:25 p.m., the couple were at home when the front door of their house was kicked in by men with firearms who opened fire at them. When the shooting ended, Bennett was seen suffering from gunshot wounds. The police were called to the scene, and on their arrival, they saw Bennett lying on his back motionless in a pool of blood with multiple gunshot wounds to his head and upper body. The body of the deceased man was transported to the Cornwall Regional Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. Police said they discovered almost 20 spent shells while processing the murder scene. No motive has been established for the attack. Inmate allegedly stabbed Scotland police station over food. A St. James man who allegedly stabbed a police officer at the Montego Bay police station lockup after not getting the food he wanted was remanded in police custody when he appeared in the St. James Parish Court on Friday. Orwell Woodburn, who is represented by attorney at law Adrian Days, is facing a charge of unlawful wounding. A trial was held in the case, but 1 witness is being recalled. As a result, presiding parish judge Keisha Grant remanded the accused man in custody until March 20 when the case returns to court. According to court records, the officer was stabbed to the right side of his face close to his eye by the accused on November 3, 2021, about 6:15 a.m. Court documents indicate that the stabbing was a consequence of an altercation the day before in which the accused behaved boisterously and threatened to run something into the officer because he did not receive his desired item of food. Suspect held following fatal stabbing of Manchester nurse. Police are reporting that a 29-year-old suspect was this afternoon taken into custody following Friday night stabbing death of his spouse in Newport, Manchester. The police had earlier launched a manhunt in search of the suspect, who they identified as Kevin Leslie, otherwise called Nice, a taxi operator of Daly's Grove, Newport and Broughton District, Crosskeys in Manchester. Leslie is accused of fatally stabbing his common-law wife, Shada Brown, 28, a surgical assistant at their home in Daly's Grove, Newport. A senior police source said the two had a dispute about 8:30 p.m. when Brown was fatally stabbed. A report from the information arm of the Jamaica Constabulary Force said Brown, her 11-year-old son and another child, and her common-law husband were at home when an argument developed between the couple. The police said the man then proceeded to use several knives to stab Brown repeatedly. She was pronounced dead at hospital. The suspect fled the scene and was on Saturday afternoon held by the police. 5 charged following gun and ammo seizure on Constant Spring Road. 5 people are charged following the seizure of 3 guns and several rounds of ammunition on Constant Spring Road in St. Andrew on Thursday, February 2. Charged with illegal possession of firearm and ammunition and the removal or alteration of a mark on a weapon are Alfonso Jackson, 34, a construction worker of Palm Crescent, St. Catherine; Marshall Pommels, 37, a carpenter of Oliver Road, Kingston 5; Jason McDonald, a carpenter of Simpson Road, Kingston 2; Renee Tomlinson, 24, of Simpson Road, Kingston 2, and Roberta Green, a laborer of Simpson Road, Kingston 2. Jackson was also charged with attempting to escape a conveyance. Reports from the Halfway Tree police are that while conducting an operation, police signaled a motor vehicle to stop as they detected a breach of the Road Traffic Act. The driver complied, however his action and that of Tomlinson arose the officer's suspicion. A search of the vehicle was conducted and 1.357 Magnum revolver containing 6.38 rounds of ammunition was found under the driver's seat of the vehicle. Further search of the vehicle led to the recovery of a Glock 17 pistol with a magazine containing 10 rounds and a Beretta 9mm pistol loaded with a magazine containing 8 rounds. When the lawmen conducted the search of the motor vehicle, Jackson reportedly made an attempt to flee the scene in another vehicle. However, he was captured. Their court dates are being finalized. Bushfire destroys home in St. Mary. A 47-year-old St. Mary laborer is now homeless after his 2-bedroom house was destroyed by a fire on Friday. Reports are that about 2 p.m., fire was seen coming from the semi-concrete board structure occupied by Selvin Cameron. Residents reportedly raised an alarm and attempted to put out the blaze. The Anointed Bay Fire Department was contacted. Cameron was not at home when the fire started. Unconfirmed reports are that a garbage heap was lit, and when the wind direction changed, led to a bushfire which spread to Cameron's house. The Anointed Bay police are investigating. Latvian held for smuggling cocaine at NMIA, say police. A Latvian national was detained on Friday after he reportedly attempted to smuggle cocaine out of Jamaica. The 30-year-old man was held by narcotics detectives at the Norman Mall International Airport in Kingston. According to the police, about 7:30 p.m., the Latvian checked in at the airport to board a departing flight to the United Kingdom. Items he was carrying were checked by officers and found to contain 10 rectangular parcels with white powdery substance resembling cocaine concealed among them. The weight of the drugs has not yet been ascertained. The man was arrested on reasonable suspicion of breaching the Dangerous Drugs Act. His identity has been withheld pending further investigations. Police undaunted amid death threats from criminals. Members of the security forces in Western Kingston have been put on high alert as criminals have reportedly vowed to avenge the death of 34-year-old Karen Angus, otherwise called Kodula, who was fatally shot during a confrontation with a police party on Thursday. Sources say criminals linked to Angus, who was wanted for 2 double murders, have been issuing threats since late Thursday evening as news spread of his demise. We're not worried or afraid of the threats of those criminals, but we have said to our members to be alert, and as the security minister has repeatedly underscored, it is a standard use of force policy anywhere in the globe. If police come under deadly attack, we're entitled to respond, as senior cop based in the Greater West Kingston Division said. We will not relent in our fight to rid the streets of West Kingston of these criminals, and we would suggest to Kadula's cronies that if they are confronted by the police, They surrendered rather than firing at us, leading to further loss of lives, added the cop. On Thursday, the police reported that members of a team conducting joint operations with the Jamaica Defence Force in the Study Park Road area of West Kingston, armed with a search warrant, entered the premises where it was believed that Angus had been hiding. A member of the security team knocked on the door of a house, and the cops heard shuffling coming from inside. The cops reportedly shouted police, after which a member of the team started to open the door. As soon as he did so, Angus opened gunfire at the police. The cops returned fire, hitting him in the upper body, after which he fell on the floor and a gun fell beside him. The gun was found to be a black Canic TP9 pistol with one live round. It was taken to the Kingston Public Hospital, where it was pronounced dead, the police source added. Angus had been on the police most wanted list since January 2021, when he was identified as the shooter in an incident which left 24-year-old Janelle Thomas and 35-year-old Omar Jarrett dead on Penn Street in Kingston 12. Before that, Angus had been linked to the September 21, 2020 fatal shooting of Michael Francis and Kenroy Gordon on Nassau Road in the vicinity of Angola Park, Kingston 12. 2 other men were shot in that incident. Angus was also linked to at least 5 other shooting incidents, avoided capture and engaged members of a police team in a shootout last year. It was a regular feature on the Constabulary Force's Wanted Wednesdays, which is published on social media. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.